Happy future, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm going to talk today about how to get them to choose you. Now, who am I talking about when I talk about them? Right? We're all in business. So, I'm talking about prospects, talking about customers, talking about people you network, people that you want to engage your services. How are we going to get those people to choose you? Every business that I know of or that's ever operated has always constantly been seeking what's called sustained competitive advantage. It's that thing that makes you stand out in the crowd and makes the market choose you over your competitor. Okay, so that's what we're going to provide for you: sustained, competitive advantage. So how do we do that? Well, we make sure you're chosen. We make you a media authority. We're going to give you a shortcut to having your work, having your quotes, having your information put on CBS News, ABC, NBC, and Fox. Okay, so you're going to be a recognized expert, a media-sided expert in your field. And what that's going to do is going to allow customers that are your looking for your service, they're going to pick you over your competitors. Okay, I'll give you an example. I mean, how do we find people today? If we meet somebody in a networking event or meet somebody in our job and we want to check them out and do our due diligence, what's the first thing we do? Right? We Google them. Right? Google them. So let's go look at Google. So we go to Google, type in a name. I just met a guy named Tim Watkins. All right, Tim Watkins. Oh, there's Tim Watkins' blog, Tim Watkins' website, and then Tim Watkins' LinkedIn. See, that's what I'm trying to get to. This is how people find you if they've already met you. Now, what if they haven't met you? Let's go into LinkedIn. Everybody knows what LinkedIn is, right? Maybe before I go further, let's talk a little bit about that. Because LinkedIn is the place you want to be if you're doing business with other businesses. In other words, B2B, business development. If your target market is consumers or just individual people, then Facebook's probably the place to be. But I mean, LinkedIn has 400 million users. Their average income is $107,000 per year. And they're the decision makers of their businesses. So it's a gold mine for any business that is looking to grow and through networking and meeting other people. So here's Tim Watkins. Doesn't even have a picture on his profile. Okay, but that'll tell you something about him. But what if I was looking for a certain expert in something? Let's look at a professional safety speaker. Professional safety speaker. There we go. So here I need a professional safety speaker. I'm going to go down this list here. Oh, what's this? Let's click on this. She's got TV logos. She's got media logos on her picture. Oh, wow. Instant credibility. Instant credibility. And another interesting thing is about this, getting media exposure. Okay, if you were a journalist working for a television news station, not local, but I'm talking about nationally syndicated news, and you wanted to find an expert, in this case, a expert safety speaker, and you're going through and you just typed in like I just did, and you want to have someone come on your show and explain to your audience what safety speaking is all about. And we've got a list here of people. They all have similar qualifications, let's say for comparison's sake, and one of them has these logos. Now, if you know anything about the media, we're journalists and those sorts of people. They're maybe not conservative themselves, but their bosses certainly are, and editors and those sorts of people. They're very risk averse, and you see, they don't want somebody who's brand new and not savvy, media savvy, I guess you would say, to be on their show, because it could make them look bad. It could make the network look bad. It could make the editor look bad, right? So they're much more comfortable choosing someone who's looks like they're media savvy already, and that's kind of what that is. So, and then once you get it on TV once or on a show ones or in a featured article in a newspaper, it's that much easier to get more. It's a foot in the door. So let me go back here. Continue on. All right. So as I said, we're going to give you a shortcut. So this doesn't take long. It takes about a week. It doesn't take long at all. Okay. And the beauty of this is, I mean, we've all heard probably that it's really a lot easier. I forget the exact number. I think it's 3 times more easy or whatever to sell to your own customers than it is to find new customers. Right? That's pretty much universal truth that we've probably heard more than once. And the opposite's true as well, because we're already getting some sort of exposure, okay, and it's much easier to leverage that current exposure than it is to go out and get more exposure, right? Well, we're going to do the work for you and get you in the media once, and we're going to get your foot in the door, okay, and then we're going to wedge it open so it never closes again, and you're going to be reaping the benefits of that forever, till forever basically, in perpetuity, even long after you're gone, it'll still be there. So who needs this kind of media authority? Well, anyone really. Anyone that's an expert and isn't getting the recognition they deserve, or don't feel like they're being recognized for their efforts. For instance, I had a client in San Francisco who been doing what he does for 35 years, and he started in swimming pools, building plaster, in-ground swimming pools. Then he discovered that fiberglass was a great cover, to coat the plaster with fiberglass. He was an innovator in that, and he started making fiberglass cover swimming pools, coated swimming pools, I guess you would say. And that went well, and his business grew. And then he, innovated again and decided to use fiberglass in more ornamental ways, like gardens and fountains. And so he got into that, and so he's more than just a pool person. He's a fiberglass expert without a doubt. I mean, and anybody that knows him would admit it. Anybody that knows him personally, his friends or whatever, but his market sure didn't know it. Right? So, do you think this pool man could use some media authority? Oh, absolutely. It would explode his business. So, I mean, how much is this kind of thing worth to your business? Well, it depends on what kind of business you're in as far as the actual number, because some people are in real estate or financial planning, or everybody's in a different industry, but I think we can all agree that having this is going to be something that could possibly double, triple, quadruple your income quite easily. And what we do is we get you guaranteed placement in media outlets, as the big 4 that we've been talking about. You're going to be able to put your logos on your websites and other social media sites, just like mine you see above. Okay, and remember, authority influences buying decisions, both online and offline. Okay, so when it's on your business card and you're face to face with a customer, it's going to have the same effect. It's authority. Okay? And once you're an authority, you become a quoted expert, and you can use that quote and that authority in all of your marketing efforts. Okay, you can use the media logos stating "as seen on," and it's something that most likely nobody in your area or nobody in your industry, maybe a few in your industry, but certainly not in your area probably. Your competition doesn't have it. It's something your competition doesn't have, and they may not be able to ever get. Right? So this puts you head and shoulders above your competition, and you're perceived as a trusted authority. Okay? You're the go-to person for your industry. Just repeating here, stressing here, this is guaranteed placement in these top 4 U.S. media. Okay, and I want to offer you a bonus. Okay, if you act now, I'll put these logos onto your photo for you. You'll have to do nothing with the graphics. We're going to do it all for you. Okay. Now, ways to use your media authority. I'm sure lots of ideas are probably running through your head right now, what you could do with all this media authority. Right? You can use it on your LinkedIn, obviously. You've seen how many people on LinkedIn don't even have a photo. Facebook profile, obviously. Your own website, definitely. Brochures, of course. Your ads, any advertising you do, newspaper, anywhere. Business cards and your newsletter. I mean, those are all great ideas, and there's lots more. Okay, and you're not getting just any placement. We're not just saying, Joe Smith is a great plumber. You know, you'll be lauded in a specially formatted press release. It's similar to what you see below. You'll be a top recommended professional. Your quote will appear on the media sites. Now, are these real? Yes, the media citations are real. They appear on the network's websites. Okay, and we provide you with links so you'll have proof. If anybody ever questions you about it, or anybody ever asks you, or your credibility is ever questioned, you can show them the proof without a problem. They can link right to the live website, or we'll provide you with a printed electronic copy of it as well. So you'll have your own citations that you can hang on the wall if you like, print up and hang on the wall, or you can just send them to the website, to the media website. In this case, it'd be ABC, so they could go to ABC and they will see it, right? Okay, I know this all sounds really great, and hopefully you're getting really excited, but I know when I get excited, I'm thinking, okay, wait for the other shoe to drop. What's the catch? I mean, the only catch that I could come up with, because I tried to think of one when I started this business, what's the catch, right? What about market saturation, right? Market saturation. Is that impossible? Not impossible, it's improbable. I mean, look, there's 400 million on LinkedIn, and how many billions on Google, okay? I doubt there'd probably be even one person in your state, in your area, in your industry that would have this. You're most likely going to be the first. Okay, and that's not going to change for a long time. You just saw on LinkedIn. Search LinkedIn yourself and see how many. I mean, we've got a few customers in there that are doing this. We've been doing this for a little bit, but it's definitely not saturated. Okay. So media citations. Are media citations magnetic marketing? Attraction marketing? Some people might say that because obviously you're more attractive or more, more attractive and more authoritative and all this if you've got the media citations. But I mean, in reality, I think it's better to view it as a conversion strategy, because when people are out looking, okay, and they're seeking, they have an idea of what they want, okay, and they see this, that converts them. So it's really a conversion strategy. Okay, more of your prospects are going to choose you. And the thing is, once you get this, you're more likely to get media exposure locally and nationally, which leads to more media exposure, more leads, and more for what you want. More money. So what's it costing you at the moment when you're watching this? What are you missing out on? What if you miss out on this opportunity? What's going to cost you just this month? What about the whole year? What do you think this is going to cost you if you miss out on this opportunity today for the whole year? Well, how about the next 10 years? Add that up. Add that up. Okay, because this is something that's not good for just this week, not good for this month. It's good for forever. Like I said, it'll outlast you probably. I know mine will outlast me.